Okay, so Falcon and the Winter Soldier is very much set around the battle for the shield. It's a symbol with a long legacy that has had a lot of controversy surrounding it. The item is something that can be used as both a means of defense and as a weapon, and because of this it really brings out the personality of the person behind it. Steve Rogers and John Walker are both people that have portrayed the mantle of Captain America, and though they share a lot of similarities, the pair have one defining moment that shows why one was the true version whilst the other was a failure. We're going to be breaking it all down in this video, but if you haven't seen episode 4 Falcon and the Winter Soldier, then I highly recommend that you turn off now. If you enjoy it, then please click the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe for breakdowns like this each and every day. With that out of the way, thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into the moment that defined why Steve Rogers is Captain America and why John Walker isn't. Okay, so Steve and John, as I've said, do have a lot of things in common. Both were picked by the government to perform as pieces of propaganda that would help to solidify America's stance in the world. Whereas Steve was a symbol of the country during the Second World War, John is one that signifies police solidarity, and this is shown in the black and white flag that he bears. This is a symbol of that movement, and clearly the pair were picked to perform certain roles for the US. They have several characteristics that line up with one another, and both have performed acts such as diving on grenades, attending parades, and taking down terrorists. The pair even look alike, and it's clear that Walker was picked as a means to reassure America that they were safe after the snap completely devastated the planet. However, there is one moment that both carried out that shows their differences. For Steve, this comes at the end of Captain America Civil War, and for Walker, it comes at the end of episode 4 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. For context, Steve had just spent the entire film fighting through thick and thin in order to protect his friend Bucky. He's also fighting for freedom and to stop the government from taking control of the Avengers so that they could decide who to help and who to ignore. Both of these arguments were symbolized in Tony Stark, who not only signed the Sokovia Accords, but at this point wanted to kill Bucky because he murdered his parents. The fight is absolutely brutal, but Cap pushes through and manages to beat Tony. He pummels him with his shield, which is a moment that you should pay attention to as it returns later on with Walker. Now at this point, Cap could easily kill Tony, and he almost does, but instead he spares his life and abandons the shield in order to go on to become the Nomad. The shield very much symbolizes America, and it was also made by Tony's father. Steve casts this to the side to show that he doesn't want to carry it anymore, and this defines him as someone that will not cross over the line in order to retain the mantle. Thus, he truly deserves to be Captain America because he is willing to question whether he's even right for the role. Now flip over to John Walker, who too gets one of his mortal enemies in a vulnerable position. Walker very much represents order, and the man is symbolic of a police state that enforces oppression onto those that don't fall in line. This is given lip service by the enactment of the Patch Act, which we discover in the show means tighter borders and control. Whereas Steve was about freedom, Walker clearly isn't, and he thinks that people should all fall in line. Walker is willing to kill for it, and he slams down the shield, whereas in the case of Steve, he decided not to. This is because Steve is able to see things from all sides, and he would rather have a debate that he loses over stamping out the opposition simply because they don't agree with him. That simply isn't the case with Walker, and whereas Steve stayed his hand, Walker drives down the shield in order to kill his enemy. Both Tony and this flag smasher clearly wanted mercy, but only one was granted, and it leads to this defining moment. Because of the choice he made here, Steve was able to walk away without blood on his hands, or rather the shield. Juxtaposing this, Walker is now covered in it, and it shows how much the legacy of Captain America has been perverted. It's a truly haunting image, and it cements the differences between the pair and why one is worthy and the other isn't. To me, this hits it home why Steve is the true Captain America, whereas Walker is just the false one. Now obviously I'd love to hear your thoughts on these moments, so make sure you comment below and let me know. I also want to give a huge shout outs to user TikTok videos for talking about this on my last video, as it led me to make this one. Now as a thank you for interacting with this video, you'll be entered into a prize draw on the 30th of April in which we're giving away 3 copies of Zack Snyder's Justice League in 4K. All you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is like the video, make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on the characters. The winners of last month's competition are on screen right now, so if that's you, then message me on Twitter at HeavySpoilers. If you want something else to watch, then make sure you check out our breakdown of the 4th episode, which will be linked on screen right now. We've gone over the entire thing from top to bottom and pointed out some of the cool Easter eggs in it, so it's definitely worth checking out if you want to know more. With that out of the way, thank you for sitting through the video. I've been Paul, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.